Uh-huh. Change it. See, I wanted to drown, then I got my wish. I sank all the way to the bottom of creation, and I awoke. I awoke, and I had drowned. I held myself in my arms like I held myself in the arms like I caught a fish. But some men don't let you drown too long. They don't let you drown too long, just long enough to feel the sting of death, but they can't live without you. So you jump in and swim and swim and swim and sing and rap and architect again. I kept slipping and I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to get up. I couldn't fight. Like I was like I was injured so bad in my heart. I wanted to be held so bad. So death is a good option to be held by yourself. But then I get there and Tupac's there drinking with Biggie. X is there hanging out at the gates with his dogs. Small struggle of life down there. And I was a boat. They all hopped on. Oh, you came to get us. You came to get us. Like it was a dream. I ran into a few cowboys talking about it. What's such a pretty thing like you doing down here? Doc Holiday, you think I'm pretty? You come with me. Wild Indian girl in the West. Like a dream. I kept drowning and finding people while I'm drowning. Oh, come on this way. I know how to get back. You guys get lost in the open nature, the wild plains of Washington. Right this way, I'll help you. I wanted to drown. Death is sweeter than whatever's out there. Trust me. It's a bitter fruit. Sat around the fire and sang and ran into some local natives at chapter 13, the Crow Nation, Blackfeet territory. They know death. You ask them, they know death by first name. Constant. Sank so low that even the living heard my cries from below. I just remember crawling up the stairs, telling my daughter's father, I said, I'm sinking. I'm slipping. I can't get up. I need help because I don't want to get back up. I don't. Oh, you got your kids to look forward to watch them grow up. My body was in so much pain. I thought I was dead in my body and I couldn't get back in. I couldn't. I tried everything. I went to park. I was like, yo, I'm not getting back in that vessel. You guys could do what you wish with it. I don't care. I'm done. I'm not going back there. I'm not going back in that body. Jewish man put me under an anesthesia, Asian man with him. Anesthesia, I went under. And I'm walking through my surgery. Surgery's going good. But I get to a wall. It says, no Jews allowed in anesthesia land. That's never been. So I'm under. And this Jewish man tells me, he goes, you have to pay the toll to get back into your body from surgery. You have to sell something, anything, to get back in your body. Held me for ransom underneath. I thought he was there to help me. So, because I could not pay the fine, he locked me out. My own home. It felt real cold, like, oh, that's some death game. Oh, that hurt my feelings. That's my vessel laying there, spread out eagle on the gurney. I've paid my toll. You got to pay more. 4 more coins, the Jewish man said. 4 more coins, the Jewish man said to me, to get back in your vessel. I just about died right there. Think I was going to give him any more money. Think I was going to give him any more money. I said, my name is Anastasia. I called Russia. Hey, Russia, can you open up the portal for me to get through the Stargate 12? And my father says, no, he sure did. He said, what would you have done to get yourself in debt? What would you have done to get yourself in debt, dear? I refused to give him my body. I refused to give that man my soul and another coin to cross the river. Ah, that's your problem. And he hung up on me. And I couldn't get back in. So I called my great uncle, who knows Chinese ambassador that I could smuggle me back in my body. Now my daughter was in the hospital at this time. So I had to get back to my body because I don't want her to feel like she's by herself here in this God-forsaken universe. So I asked, I asked China if I could use their Stargate, and they said yes. Even amongst the differences of cultures that we have, they know I'd pay 'em back. It's not alone. And it's you're right. Thank you. My children from every part of the universe came. Famous ones, non-famous ones, native ones, non-native ones. They just said dance, dance to get back in. I said, but music doesn't taste the same anymore. I'm ruined. They said, don't worry about the lyrics. It's just feel the drums, feel the beat. And I crawled all the way from that hospital, bleeding on my knees and my hands to get to my backyard where I was dancing and happy. My grandma kept saying, keep dancing. I'm showing you it. Put on some most deaf. He alchemized Molly. He's alchemized this, the pain medicines, dear. Don't be concerned with the ghetto-ness of it. Don't be concerned with the lyrics. It's alchemized drugs so you can breathe again. So I lay crawling back to my vessel on my hands and knees like the mother of snakes, leaving trails of blood and tears behind me. But I didn't have to pay that man. He didn't get my coins, but I got back in. I got back in. I didn't think I would. Didn't think I didn't think I'd get back in here. Not for lack of trying, but I was hurt so bad, guys. I was hurt so bad. And I still had to be a mother. I still had to go and make sure that the kids are okay at school. I still had to drive. Still had to act like I was okay and continue the world for my daughter, for Josh, for my son. She just kept bugging me all day. My daughter just kept bugging me, and I'm like, I can't focus on myself if you're bugging me. But her persistent cry and whine was comforting. She never changes. She never changes, but I danced. I danced. I danced. Powwow with the locals. Pock stopped by in the dark and remind me I'm not by myself. So finally, 30 songs in, I climb up my Kundalini. Pain like razor blades and glass climbing back into here. I could never experience or talk of the experience. Like hell, like hell. One of them layers. I called on Jesus, called on everyone else, but I called on myself in the end as I sold myself back into my vessel with DMX barking in the background. No one talks about being a shaman or a healer. Like that pain never existed because not everyone could feel it. Not everybody could feel the razor blades, the protruding glass sticking out of my Kundalini on fire. How many spells it took to get my body that way. Like an immortal sacrifice they wanted. One more chance, we'll take the bull. Slit her throat while she sleep. I have a lot of people on my side in the dark. sees the inconsistent truths of man. I got back in my body though, and it looked good. Look like I got work done. So I sat and I powwowed with everybody, and I was like, yo, the niggas that did this, they need to go. They need to go. And they went, each tribe coming and dropping off heads for me to mount on my treasure wall. A buffalo here, a wild deer here, a couple wolves, a couple wolves. I think some enemies you don't really see, or you see them, but you just ignore it because you want to heal, be a better person. I'm not above slitting a motherfucker's throat for fucking with my vessel, scalping a couple motherfuckers for locking me out my house. Do you not see how fine this vessel is? Untouched, virgin eyes. God, this is the weapon of mass destruction. Blow your city up, messing with my vessel like that. I only went to Swedish because it's where my son was born, in Providence. It's where my daughter was born, and they took me in after the rain. They took me in when I ain't got no house to go to. Only for the slimy to come and try to bankrupt me and my daughter. Literally had my daughter in the hospital too. Trying to kill my whole Lenny. Trying to take everything from me. But I called that priest, I said, I have died 9 times. I said to that priest, I said, nigga, I died 9 times, and looked at my watch. It wasn't even a watch, it was my bracelet, my hospital bracelet. I said, this is the 10th. This is the 10th. And I sat there sweetly, batting my eyes. I am the mother of 9. I see the dead. See these lights flashing? You have upset something deep within the soil of me. And when things start drowning and burning, remember, you tried to lock me out of my home. Tried to lock me out of my vessel that I need to protect my kids. Mm, I mean, are you guys? I'm already on dialysis. Trying to take my liver too. Dang on motherfucker. Fucker said before he slipped me open, he said, I'm moving to Israel when I'm done. What? You think you're gonna go hide there? Mama, come on, relax. It's all done. Okay. Remember my blood pressure? I thought they were trying to help me, not turn me into Frankenstein. I got all these holes on my belly, all this water I have to ingest. Stop. I thought he was helping me because I prayed to Jesus. I said, Jesus, this side is hurting me on my dialysis site. It's always getting infected and always having problems. So they drilled another hole and three more holes to put another tube in me to survive. They're wicked. They're wicked, man. They're wicked. My body still look good, but they're fucking wicked. Oh, medical Lord of you. I woke up from there. I said, I saw two horses. The plague is coming for you. I saw a black horse and followed up. That's the black plague, dear. That's the black death. I came up fighting out of this death brigade, talking to the nurses. Doctor never came to see me after. Not one time sent his crony talking about, how dare you? I had to fight like a boxer or something. I had to fight really hard to get back into my vessel. I had to fight so hard. It's like some lyricists came, like Eminem, swimming like Michael Phelps. Got me, picked me up. One hand, this nigga swimming. With one hand, he's swimming, holding me with the other. Put me on shore. Jump back in the water. Jump back in the water like a damn dolphin. Jump back in the water. Pulled the fucking plug. Pulled the plug. Yeah, sometimes I don't see them in my face, but they always leave clues. Like Michael Jackson. He always used to drop Mike and Ike's on the ground. And I would go, piece of candy, piece of candy, piece of candy. Because I wasn't allowed to have candy in my foster homes. They didn't even feed me and they used to lock the fridge. So I'd always see these like random Mike and Ike's on the ground. I'm like, yeah. So I go to um, Taco Bell today. I went to Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell and there was Mike and Ike's all on the floor. I was like, that's Michael Jackson. So, to some of you, I'm sorry for my chastisement. Oh, you don't have to apologize. We get it. But I'd still like to send an invitation of sorry from her. Not you, niggas. Fuck you. Somebody will fucking put you up, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all cry for 2 seconds, but I'm back, nigga. Yeah. After the 10th time, I don't have to forgive you anymore. I get to blow you up, nigga. After the 10th time, the mother of nine said, give him 9 times, and on the 10th, end it. So shout out to the cowboys out there, the natives. I went talking about Indian communication today. And I guess Native Americans get real upset when you call them Indians. Okay? There's a color in Crayola called Indian red. It is the same color as the hills of Arizona, the copper of our nation. Be proud, even though he got the territories wrong. Be proud. Take your words back like I took retard back. Doesn't mean people who have disability, mind disability. It means people who cannot read nature. They're obviously simple retards. So don't be offended at Indian. Be offended that you turned into a pussy. I would spit at you, but I bet you like it. Yeah, they were mad at me at first. They was like, "Who? Why would you call yourself native or you're black? Why would you call yourself Indian?" We take disliking to that word. Do you think I care what you motherfuckers think? You're my kids. Call you what I wish. Oh, we don't subscribe to color and oh God. Oh my God. Maybe you should be drinking because you guys got real uptight real quick. You got real uptight super fast. I gave you fucking fire. I literally laid out communication at this powwow like someone was laying me down gently, stroking me to the left. I gave it fire, 2 man. And the only thing I got back was, I don't want to be called an Indian. How about I call you nothing? Make you ghosts. Make you motherfuckers go ghost. Stop playing with me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not afraid of racism. I don't really care about racism. What I do care about is that my children don't get locked out of their vessels when they go into surgery. How many times has that happened to Black women? Do you know how many mothers I saw down there? Black mothers who didn't get to hold their babies or holding their babies with like scars of the on the faces of the babies, like the surgeon did it on purpose. Oh, it was so many mothers in limbo. They said, you can't cross over. You're not allowed to cross over until you pay the ransom to get back into your body. So the racism goes so deep into the medical field that we have a lot of missing in the that was in the underground. A lot of missing. I was shocked. I was so shocked. They hold the spirit ransom until you pay to get back in your body. Anastasia, Anastasia was a goddess who presided over the anesthesia. Put you under, keep you in limbo. But they don't know our practices. They don't know that we, some people can sign treaties with other people to pay debts, and then those debts turn into like cattle, and we buy our way out of it. So even in richness, I'm thinking that they're trying to save me, and I'm introduced to a whole nother psycho game. Like it's psychotic. It's psychotic down there. It's like literally Gladiator meets, because you have to fight your way out of these levels of spiritual hell. You have to fight your way out of these levels of hell in order to get to the God who's playing anesthesia, the God who's playing if you can get back in or not. It's a medical game. But I didn't know that by me saving a doctor down there, because I had Anubis X with me. So I'm like, Anubis, this guy needs to come out too. And so this guy, who was a doctor in that hospital a long time ago, ended up paying the debts for something else, which paid the debts for something else, which allowed me to get enough cattle, which allowed me to get enough, move enough strands around. I ended up calling my grandmother, because when I leave this vessel, my grandmother takes over and she's the crone. So she's looking at her watch and she's like, my daughter's not back home from surgery. My grandmother's looking and she's talking and trying to deal with Angel and Alex and Josh and Carolee. She's trying the best to be me, but something's not the same. So I finally get past the trail of tears. The river of Styx is the trail of tears. I went through Montana. I met a fox in Kentucky, and he was married to a squirrel. I mean, it was wild. It was like all those stories that they tell around the fireplaces are real. There's monsters and egots and just the most insane bunch of dead people I ever met, only to turn out Some of them got their vessels taken over and made some of these vessels really famous because they were being puppeted by Jews. Yep. They was being puppeted by the Jews. So technically, selling your soul came with a price. But there's a few good men and a few good artists out there who are really working the fucking game, bro. I don't know how. I don't know how. I saw Frank Ocean hanging out over there too. Well, he's not, dead, but he was like, I don't know, he was there. Miami, Amsterdam, lost on a train, Lord. Los Angeles, India, lost on a train, Lord. Got on my buttercream silk shirt, and it's Versace. Now I don't really win. I don't wish them titties would show. Have I ever let you get caught? Lord, lost in the heat of it all. Girl, you know you're lost in the thrill of it all. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, lost. Los Angeles, India, lost on a train, lost. You know what other movie reminded you of Spirited Away? You know who was there too? Yu Ming Lam. He was there. He was. They came from the Dragon Clan in China. I didn't know I had a huge following in China. I have a huge following in China for some reason. I don't know. I think it has to do with Yu Ming Long. Like everyone loved him because he's Sokka. He's Sokko. Um, the alchemized version of sake. It's a spirit drink to get back and forth through the spirit realm, which you ride a white dragon. Yeah. Well, he was going to use that vessel to reincarnate. He had prepared it and everything. The started. So he helped me through the pyramids of China. Now those are hard. That's very hard to get through those pyramids. I, it's literally an act of God or defiance. I have no idea. But he met me there, and it was like the movie Spirited Away, but hand painted. You could tell it was hand painted. hmm And I went through DreamWorks, which I watched Shrek before I went under. So I went through DreamWorks and I used the painting to get my melanin back. So I used um, DreamWorks with Captain Hook. I think Captain Hook is on. Captain Hook is Robin Williams. I used those two movies to get my melanin reactivated back in this body. Yeah. And my friend's mom, she has art all over my room. So I slowly dripped my melanin pineal stuff through her artwork to get back in my pineal. I had to be real fucking scrappy, guys. I had to be Scrappy Doo and Scooby Doo, fucking Detective Pikachu. I wanted to come back and see my daughter. I love that girl. I don't care how much she talks. I love her. And I love my son. And I wanted to see them again. I didn't want to give up. And I'm still not giving up. I'm at 75% fully loaded, but the remnants of me is like, stuck in politics. They won't give me the rest of me back until I prove that I can heal. You know, the, in the contract, it says you have to prove that you can heal X, Y, and Z. You have to prove that you are Jesus's descendant. They don't recognize blood rights in underworld management. They don't believe in it. So I have to do some politics and fucking shit to get the rest of my 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 zhuzh back. To get the rest of my zhuzh back. I'm like 75%, 76 now. Because I did some work for Yellowstone, the new Dutton Ranch one. I did some conscious work for them, subconscious work, which is like a treaty with the cowboys so that we can get beef. And beef and steak and stuff like that helps me to get stuff back. But the beef and steak were cut by them in a different kosher agreement. So I had to find a new dealer. I went through Taco Bell, but then got Taco Bell got the was it Germans or Russians? I think it was Germans. I think it was, but I kind of feel like they're Russian. But they basically stopped wanting to work with supply companies because I told the Jews I didn't want to work with them anymore because of this ordeal. So now it's playing off on a Yellowstone, Dutton Ranch type shit. So I threw some fire their way, and I was so proud of my work. And then, I mean, there's so much to tell. In this underground world, it's like I'm the new queen. As soon as I got back up, I got all of the like records. The I got all of the death records from everyone who's ever died. So that's when you see this like in between rainbow. So I can see the underground world now right up here. So I can see who's going through which pyramids. Are they taking the back road or the top road? I can see who's using music to ride the waves like turtles. Like if you do enough work for them, they'll let you get married, right? Because if your soul is out of your body, you have to be puppeted by artists. Like some artists aren't their own artist. They're like a collection of people wanting to portray something, and the collection of people each add their little tidbit in there, and then that person is made. It's like making a real boy in sync type shit. Baby, bye, 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 bye. You don't even want to make the. I just wanted to tell you that I had enough. Might seem crazy, but it ain't no lie. Ba, ba. I was like, um, they're all dolls, right? Like, if you have enough finances, stolen enough finances through surgery, your doctorate could be in a Mason degree of a certain amount. So, if you were a doctor in real life, you could have as many souls as as a pyramid scheme, as many as you want. And then you transfer that over to your lodge, and your lodge gives you $8 million, $30 million, $15 million to puppet this individual and make that individual project the image that they want the world to see. It's like a magic trick, you know. But some of the rappers came through and they're like, okay, well, if they could do it, let's do it better. So we got Tupac fucking puppeting a generations of people, generations, and redefined it. And they didn't like that because Pac was playing in their face. Pac was playing in their face. And he was doing it so skillfully and like craftsmanly, and he said I can tell them to, jump in a circle, and they would all jump in a fucking circle. He's like, not because he was like, not because I want them to do what I say for malicious gains, but I want you to know that I'm moving that wheel in a circle for the future generations to be able to ride in discs and shit. And I'm like, he's still underground preaching. He's under Tupac is Amaru. He's still preaching underground ancient civilizations, bringing them bitches from the dead. Like he really doing that shit. He's still there, just fucking setting fire ablaze to everything. I'm taking my hair down. I know, I'm taking my hair down. Not tonight. I know. Why? You like it? I know I'm beautiful. Come on. With or without hair. Oh, stop. I'm the open plains of Montana. I need to be open. Just for now. Mm. The most fucked up thing I saw down there? Fuck. There was a lot of fucked up shit. Um, they go to people's dreams. Mm. Yeah, they. So I think it's fucked up because I don't think you should ever mess with this person's subconscious. But we know from marketing and advertising and things like that that they mess with the subconscious through commercials and shit, right? So, um, subliminal programming was actually um, outlawed in certain marketing campaigns. But with TikTok and digital currency and digital wealth, they can use subconscious tactics and flashes and stuff from your dreams perspective, so they could program your dreams and and make you miss your dreams. Do you know what I mean? Or like make you lazy, make you not want to go after things. They could use these tactics to a certain extent because their their AI system has gone rogue. So with things like CERN and things like, AI focused healthcare and all that kind of stuff, it's easily trackable and easily um, hackable to get into certain servers. And, you can get into the penitentiary because they're all on a certain server. You can get into the government. Because these back doors weren't closed. So we had to do a council to figure out how to close the back doors before it gets too late. So we had to have all of the most brilliant minds in AI to figure out how to close the door. But there wasn't enough women. Women are the door closers. So, I mean, then that brings if if they can get in through the back door through AI, they can get in through the back door through what? If they can get through AI back door, then they can get through the spiritual system back door. I keep my back door closed, only to poop. Nothing else goes in that hole. But they have wide open holes. Sinkholes is what I call them. It's a homosexual agenda in order to create back doors. hmm So this is why they push that, because AI needs the men to be open because, I mean, yeah. So how did I get back in? Girl. So China, and then I forgot the whole trajectory from China, but there's like 14 other stargates after you get out of China. Yeah. Because I thought, okay, so I thought if I go through Russia, right? But it seems like my uncle escaped to Russia. Rasputin got into the ear of him, talking about don't let the niggas in, don't let the Negroes in, don't let the black person, even though he's donning a mask and pretending to be this, he ended up betraying the czar that was there, which was my my version of Mufasa, my father's brother. So my father's brother got my uncle to move all of his family to Russia, right? One of the reasons that Russia stays cold a lot is because they allowed my uncle Rasputin in through the back door, which is the black magic door that only the czars are supposed to go through because they're purebred. They have the pure blood, right? It's like if you have a stallion and you mix it with the DNA of whatever, you're never going to have someone to go through this door because there's no pure blood, no more pure blood. So to close the Stargate, what he did was he started a war with my uncle, my great uncle. Rasputin disappeared and he moved to America, Texas. And then from Texas, he went back to Russia because they have that open portal, or they used to. So he went back into there. And then when I tried to come through the door, they killed my vessel. So I had Anastasia as my my vessel there. So they killed her, my mother, tried to kill my mother. So my mother actually lived technically, but she didn't really. I'm puppeting that vessel until I get her from the underground. So they killed my father, Zani. So it's a mirrored dimension thing that if you see it from above, you'll see it from below. It makes sense. But my story, my tragedy is the same, lined up, but in a different color, in a different face, in a different Neptune versus Venus rising. It's different, but it's the same. So that's when that happened, and then the war started. So the war in Russia started because the black magic got into the mirror and started distorting everyone's view of things. Just started distorting. So it's like basically being hacked. And then in order to do that, you have to bring the old union back to union. Yeah. Mother Russia is called because my mother comes from this lineage. My real mother, her name is Tara White, Tara Green, Tara Red, Tara Black. Yeah, so she's my mother. And my mother also comes. She ruled Thailand. She ruled China. My mother did. Yeah. And so when I got born, my mother got hurt. I passed on the lineage to me. So how you pass on the lineage is you give us the code and we'll get 9 lives. Every feminine in my lineage gets 9 lives, right? Because if you look deeper, Russia comes from a cat. Uh, Mimic Russia. Look at Russia and Ethiopia in the same form. Look at it from that perspective, right? Someone's smart, really here, like really smart. So that's why in the Stargates, I go to Russia because it's through my dad's lineage, and I was like, yo, I could just get through my dad, my mom lineage through here. I, they'll pay for my freaking ransom. They'll pay it back, and he wasn't ruling then. He's not ruling now. And I was like, I thought that Putin would be like, yo, yeah, here, take the money, get her back in there and like champion me into my vessel. I was sure of it. I was fucking sure he would. I was like, yeah, I know him. He may not know me, but I know him. So let me in the door. Oh, we don't let just any woman in the door. No, listen, there's a man who's saying I can't get back. Oh, that's not a problem. We don't want war with what? No, you don't understand. We don't need beggars here. Go on. And I was like, okay, well then I can't even go see my Baba Yaga. I can't go see the Oracle now because they shut the fucking door on me. Cold, ice cold, ice cold. They shut the door on me, and I was like, now I understand how refugees feel. Like I get it. Damn, it sucks. So I'm like shivering and cold and shit. Talking about, okay, well, where do I go next? I didn't know any other stargates that I could make it to. I heard a red bird singing in the forest. This red bird was just singing. Beautiful fucking song. Beautiful fucking. It was in I think Mandarin, and I started singing along with that song to that bird, and it was just like the movie Anastasia, right? So I was singing along with this bird, and then the bird jumped from the fucking branch, jumped down, and turned into this beautiful Asian lady. And she was the same Asian lady that was my nurse. That I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. The same lady was in my subconscious. She jumped down and she's asking me, "Are you lost? Are you lost? Are you okay?" And I said, "Look, I'm just trying to get to my vessel back home, and everybody's shutting the door on me. I didn't go through any other. I mean, I couldn't think of any other stargates. So this lady, uh, she reminded me in Mortal Kombat. There's the girl with the two ones. She got the fan. She reminded me of her, and we formulated like a friendship or something like that. And she started calling around to different types of birds all over the universe. And then we had to get on the train, right? So, like from Russia to India, Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Lord. I felt like I was lost, but she knew where she was going. Los Angeles, India, lost on the train, lost, spirited away. And then we get to Yu Ming Long. So this whole part of my subconscious started playing Spirited Away. So let's say your parents are turned into pigs. Okay. My parents were turned into pigs. So in my dimension, it would be they turned into cattle. So where do I go? Texas. So then I'm like, great. In order to get out of here, I gotta go to fucking Texas. I hate Texas. I used to hate Texas. I now have a well-known respect for Texas, but it's very tense sometimes because my family moved to Texas, but they weren't my family. I think they're like these like okay, I'm not gonna say it, but they're not my family. But I go and we went to Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, and wound it up in Texas. I'll probably have to get off 6, 9, 6, 7. No, I'm gonna make it cool again. You guys, you guys. I'm gonna make it cool again. Anyway, but I'll go to Spirited Away. Spirited Away. Yu Ming Long. Yu Ming Long is a white dragon. This girl turned into a red dragon. The girl and Yu Ming Long knew each other and they helped me to get through the bathhouse. So they helped me get to the bathhouse and then, the whole show. And then my parents, we wound back up in Texas. They were going to sell my mother at the highest bidding auction. So my mother is currently in Texas and she is in a nursing home because she got beat by brass knuckles by her boyfriend. That's what they're saying, right? But I know it was someone I know who it was. But they were about to sell her at auction, my mom, because she's a breeder. So she's a breeder because she can't say no. Her legs are broken, her arm is broken. So they can take advantage of that body and that vessel as much as they want because no one's protecting it. My brother was doing the best that he can to protect my mother, but again, he has to work. He's a truck driver. His wife has 4 kids with him and stuff. So they can't really take care of her. So they're going to go sell her at bid. So I went and I bid on my mom. Underground, I bid on her and I brought it up, but I bid on her and then I made a speech saying, this isn't right to bid on cattle this way by making people disabled just so you could breed your meat to eat. And I made a huge speech in front of all the cowboys, and they all started throwing up and stuff because they didn't know where the cows were coming from. And I'm like, well, ask the fucking butchers. The niggas know. Butchers know. The butchers know where the soul comes from because they have to put on the ledger to give it to Tawaret. And Tawaret is the one who erases the debt and reprograms the body so disease doesn't come our way. So by bidding on my mother, I was actually bidding on myself. But I'm not for sale. My mother's not for sale. So okay. So I took my mother and I absorbed her. Like I absorbed her. Right. So this is like the concept of the snake eating its tail. Right. So I absorbed my mom. Angel was in the hospital where she was getting sick because our genetics, when our feminine go away, then the whole timeline ends. If this genetic isn't restored, then it's seen as an empty planet, so it explodes. Not because Shiva does a dance, not because anything, is because we chose not to exist on that timeline. So I finally make it back from Texas, and now I'm like, look, I need to get back to Washington. Do you know how far it is in spirit to get from Texas to Washington? It's the Trail of Tears, literally. I had to walk the river of Styx. And normally I call on the music. Like I used to use Hosier's music as the like muse to bring me through the river, right? But I chose not to. I chose to keep separate my identity from him to prove that I am an independent woman with or without male identities. But either way, I'll call X. I called Anubis. I was like, nigga, I need you to walk me through this because I have no recollection of where my vessel is. It's hidden far away in Washington. He says, oh, I always go to your lectures. I'll walk you there. So he walked me through the Dog Star, which is full of niggas, grimy motherfucking niggas that like to eat women for dinner. He walked me through Neptune. He walked me through Mars. He walked me through all the niggas who are really good at coding time. So this is rappers, you know. Um, Time is controlled by the one who writes, you know, by I don't know how to explain it. It's five, yeah. Um, Take these broken wings. I need your hands to come and heal me once again so I can fly. They cut my wings off. So I couldn't fly till the end of time. And I love my wings. So, um, so X walked me to the pyramids in Mexico. He walked me from Texas to Mexico, and I got my wings back in Mexico. I went through the Dia de los Muertos. I went through the Mother Mary of one of my friends, well, not my friends, my sons, who still has an altar of my original image. He made an altar of this image. Yeah, like, I was shocked. I have an altar somewhere with my image and flowers and stuff. So if I ever get hurt or anything like that, in Mexico, this is wild because I don't think people was really watching me like that. But in Mexico, I have an altar with my image, like how I look. And I was stunned because it helped me to get back to the coyotes. So the coyotes smuggled me up a little bit. And this is a long fucking trip, so I'm just giving you the basis of it. But the coyotes smuggled me up through LA, Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Los Angeles, India, lost on a train, So I went through Los Angeles, or the coyotes got me up to Los Angeles, right? So the the people that I paid along the way, I didn't have to pay the Jewish man. I paid the Mexicans, the I paid the people who helped me to get to my home inconvenience, without inconvenience. Um, and then the Mexicans smuggled me through to I hear a song in my head, trumpets. So like a trumpets. Um, yeah. So after Los Angeles, that's where I could be like, okay, good. I know where I'm going from here. So I went to um, first boyfriend's house, which was his name was Matt. Matt. He was an older white guy, but he was pretty cool. He left me a house in my dream. He was like, "You can have this house. Don't worry about it anymore. You will never be homeless." He died, and everyone was trying to pack his stuff up, and I was like, "No, I need him to forgive me because I was really fucked up to him. I was really fucked up. I was really messed up to him. Like I got pregnant or something. I mean, it was a weird little situation, but at least he was still helping me. He got me a car, a Lexus, like, you know, I thought he was a serial killer though. I really did. But he left me a house in my dream, and I went to Scrooge McDuck's house in my dream last night. I made it to Scrooge McDuck's house, and that's just my dream. But after I got there, I went to my son's in Oregon, and I had to go through Roblox and other stuff games in order to get to creator mode again. And then after creator mode, I was able to crawl out of there and I was covered in bruises and glass and just, I was at my last wits. Finally made it to Washington. My grandmother opened the gates and she started crying. Thunder, lightning, fucking, it was, she went wild. Have you ever seen that scene on Yellowstone where Beth calls her husband and she's like, "I need you to get home right now. Like, I need you to get home right now." And then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go get on the horse." And he's like, "Oh shit, I got him back home." She just busts, just wraps her arms and just breaks. And that's how it was. I got home. My grandmother was calling up Russia, being like, "We about to fight." She calling up. I had to sit with some Russian dudes to get everything settled, organized. We about to blow up Yemen. We about to blow, like, the Native Americans all came to Taco Bell. All the Native Americans came, the black people came, like the Asians came, everybody came. They were like, they were like, it was like a United Nations event. Everybody was like, "Hey, you tried to kill our mother. You tried to take our mother from us again, and you keep doing that." So then the Native Americans are going, I'm doing a war speech. I'm doing a fucking war speech in the comments. And they're worried about their color. I'm like, do you not hear what's going on? I'm trying to, I'm trying to like alien in to tell you guys what's going on, but you worried about color so bad. We worried about me, the the dialect of what I'm saying, Indian versus Native. Like, get over that shit. The color is gone. Everyone's together. We're all Native. Chinese is Native. Green man, Native. Red man, Native. Jamaican man, Native. Blue group, Native. Everyone non-native Indian here. So we're all having a meeting. And I was like, okay, well, if I buy cowboy boots, we're going to war. If I buy cowboy boots today, we're going to war. So I bought cowboy boots. I bought cowboy boots today, and I was like, all right, let's go. I was like, they're if they're doing that to me, they're doing it worse to y'all. Because I, for some reason, is like Snow White or Cinderella or something in the dream realm. Like, I could just make things my way and manifest it because I don't spend my money on earth. I barely spend my money. That's why I stay like virgin territory. Virgin territory. Virgo. I stay in Virgo territory until I know for a fact that a nigga got my back. Cause he can open all sorts of portals through my pussy. He could open up motherfucking portals in Mexico if that nigga wanted. That nigga could ban me over and open up a fucking door in fucking Peru if he wanted. And that's a lot of access. You don't just give every nigga access to your portal like that, to your womb like that. But Pop came back and he was like, all right, uh, dog life. X came back. We had fucking Cube and all the niggas riled up. They was riled up. If this thing cut off, I'm gonna come back on because this story is too good. But the niggas was riled up. They was barking and shit. They was like, oh, oh, they was ready to fight. They're like, one thing you don't mess with is our mom, our wife, our daughters. I've never seen them rally so hard for the feminine. Like they learned something. They learned a lesson. They learned a fucking lesson because the niggas in the dark, the ones who's dead or made it to legendary status. Yeah, so that's when I got all those presents. Like I'm sitting there like, Beth, bloody face and like this. I'm trying to heal and stuff. And I'm just like, playing it pretty gangster, but I'm fucking in pain. And then he goes, "Oh, just put on some, trap songs or something." I get the bag, it twisted the fumble, da 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 da, and the cocaine with a blunt in it, and it's like kind of I should be listening to gospel or something like that, but at this time, gospel wasn't necessary. Peace was not necessary. It was I need drugs in my system. I need drugs because I'm in pain, like like a different type of cellular level pain. I'm healing from wounds and gnashes and fuck everything like a fucking dead horse about to be put down. And then they come from Texas. They come from Montana to Texas, the Cowboys and shit. Beth sees shit, that horse on the ground. She ready to knock down his y'all, And I was like, don't do it. Save me. She's like, you're gonna have to owe me a lot of money if I could save you now. I was like, whatever you need. I know it's a show, but like I go through art mediums to get back, you know, to get back. So Yellowstone really helped me because um, the character of Beth. Okay, I don't want to talk about it, but the there's a yellow canary diamond that houses the. It's like a yellow canary diamond that's really old. That's all I'm gonna say. So Pac gave a speech to all of the natives. He gave a speech to all of the natives. And he's like, you know, Mother Earth is the only, you know, Mother Earth is our, and if they come here in our territory, we gonna send them boats back. I was like, they're taking, they're taking care of me. So I now have to birth a lot of new souls that came from down below. So I have to find a new medium and I have to find like a new partner, I guess, because like I exited from the last timeline, maybe too soon, but I now have to realign my heart chakra, redo everything in my heart because I started over, right? So I normally use Hosier's music or Andrew's music to align my heart chakra. But this time I think I'm going to create my own music, to create my own art and not get lost ever again from a man or a woman, or my heart will be mine and it'll be an open portal, right? Where anyone can find refuge. Anyone can find refuge. And that will be known as Zealandia. How about that? The United States, I'm going to rename to Zealandia. Because if you come in here, you got to take care of my heart. You got to take care of my children. You got to work with me, not against me. And I won't let just anybody in. You got to go through a lengthy process. Oh, I don't want to go through that. Well, what's my birthday? What's my mother's maiden name? These should be all learned in your curriculum. Because if you ever get lost, Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, I am the only open stargate through Virgo's constellation, my heart. You go right to the mother. She'll rebirth you and put you back. I will send the full fucking fledged army. If any of them motherfucking Jews try to do that again, I'll send the whole army to the anesthesia clinic and slit everyone's throat. I tell you, for my kids, I'd do anything. And then I turn them into cattle. Feed them to you at Taco Bell. Sure. Bonkers. Fuck you, nigga. Touch my mama like that. Stop, her. That's not funny. I'm a lady. Mm. Get out of my kundalini. Stop. Stop. I'm not mad anymore. I'm in my body. Can I just survive and be happy for a little bit? Damn. I know war is coming. I know it. I can feel it. Deep throbbing in my pussy. I get it. I just got in it back in this bitch. I have to remold the night sky. I have to make new stars. I have a lot of work to do in this vessel. I don't need anger to do it. I need good music, some good weed, maybe a few shots of whiskey on occasion. I need my kidneys to heal. I need my kids to be good. I need the schools to stop fucking cutting their hair and playing with me because I'm a blow. Mm. When it comes to my kids, I need them to be happy and content. I don't need anger. I got enough of it. I have enough of it. Okay? You can have the anger. You can have my pride. You can have my ego. You can have my seven deadly sins. However you want to use it to take down the enemy. Give me my peace. Give me my peace. That's it. Just give me give me a little 45 or, you know, a Colt revolver. Give me a little something of protection. I don't need to walk around with a big motherfucking shotgun. Just a cute little pistol. Keep my pace. Unless you guys want peace. The spiritual realm already. Mother Nature called me. This is my grandmother. So my body is the sun, right? The earth is my grandmother. She is a turtle swimming that way ahead. So she called me and said all of the animals are aligned and ready to charge at my signal. So it's good that you guys are ready, but I got reinforcements. I brought reinforcements. The bees, the trees, the whales, the pigeons, the fowls, geese, the turkey, all of the animals have started their rebellion. How does that look? How does that sound? I got the animals with me too. So use them as vessels or work together. Put them out of their misery. Thank you. Thank you for being calm. Mm. I got a call from her. Without me, you wouldn't have learned this lesson. With me, you wouldn't have learned this lesson. Still love. I'm not in the mood to play broken heart. Save me. Like, I'm not in the mood. I'm sorry. No music is that good for me to want to play broken heart blues. I'm tired of it. It's the worst. Oh, you got to play broken heart blues again. Ah, where's my grandfather? My grandfather will slit your throat for fucking with my heart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop. I don't want to play anymore. I'm not a little girl. I'm not a girl. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm the earth itself. You clapping this, you clapping thunder in Montana. Wide open plains of Kentucky. I have to trust you with the weather, not to make it rain all the time. Make me cry. It's the worst. Do you know my grandfather? Meet me in the Oklahoma sky with the speed of sound. I'm homeward bound. How, how long has it taken you? How long has it taken me to find you? 500 years, 500,000 miles. Missing pieces found. I am finally alive. Leave me underneath the Oklahoma sky. Exactly. How long has it taken me to find you? You. 500 years, 500,000 miles. And I'm talking about myself. And I'm not going to let it go. I'm not letting myself go for nobody. Even if I have to reign supreme goddess on my own, I'm willing to because I'm not losing myself. For no man to be able to break my heart and then my kids that don't have a home. You will never have that much power over me. None of you. With the speed of sound, I'm homeward bound. Meet me underneath the Oklahoma sky. I used to cry a lot in Oklahoma. Then I stopped and started yelling. Thunder started. Mhm. Great granddaddy shotgun started it off. He wasn't even cold while you drifted off the wall. Nobody even waited for the waiting of the reading of the. If Daddy was here, he'd beat us black and blue. I'm glad Mama ain't around to watch this family feud. She's probably rolling over in her grave. 'Cause the good Lord giveth, but the family taketh away. She's only been in the ground a day or two. I'm glad Mama ain't around to watch this family feud. I'm watching it all go down in shame. I wish the whole house would go up in flames. Who gives a damn about a cedar's chest when we just laid her soul to rest? If Daddy was here, he'd beat us black and blue. I'm glad Mama ain't around to watch this family feud. Yeah, and then it's dun, 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 dun. He ain't much on roses, but he walked the country mile to pick a handful of wildflowers if it'll make his baby smile. He don't do the laundry, but'll keep your car real clean and'll make it feel like the prettiest thing that he's ever seen. 'Cause he knows how to treat his woman. And he knows how to make it make take you for a drive in his forward drive and he'll fix about anything. He likes to get dirty, but he cleans up good. He drinks with his buddies, but he prays when he should. It ain't nothing better than being loved by a working man. I love my working man. Yup. Like that one. Was it Casey Musgrave? Yeah, I like her shine. She reminds me of Opal. Mm, 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 mm. Mhm, mhm. Come on. You know my favorite. You know I love Pistol Annies. You can't even, don't even get me started, Pistol Annies. Uh, Miranda Lambert. Yeah. You can't ride in my little red wagon. The front seat's broken and the axle's dragging. You can't step to this backyard swagger. It ain't my fault when I'm walking, jaw dropping like, oh, ah, ooh, ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Mm. I used to love Carrie Underwood back in the day. He said, Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hand, 'cause I can't do this all on my own. I'm letting go. Give me one more chance. Save me from this road I'm on. Jesus, take the wheel. Driving it like NASCAR. I go, ah, slow down on this road. There's bulls. There's animals about. You run one of these motherfuckers over, you done. You're splattered to the front fucking pavement. This wild country here. Respect the animals' rights before your own. I forget sometimes. I drive fast. Okay. You don't want death wish here. Save that for the city folk. Okay. I'll slow down. Come on. Damn. Bye. She's not kidding. Me. This fault. I love my working names. I think I'm done talking for now, you know. It was a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I was like, why didn't I go through Ethiopia? You know, but then I have to prove lineage there. Oh, you got to prove it. I'm tired of walking on fucking tight ropes for people to tell me who I am and who I'm not. Like it's the hardest thing to navigate to me. It's like proving to people who I am. And like, I don't think we should have to do that. I don't think I should have to prove to you that I can heal, you know, spiritually before I can heal my body. I shouldn't have to prove myself, but in order for believers to look, I'm not running a cult. I have like 700 followers or 900 followers on TikTok. I have like 89 followers on Instagram and, just a few up here. I'm not, I don't run a cult. I'm not telling you to nature boy yourself at the AIDS. I don't have a cult. I don't want a cult. I don't want a huge following to bow down to me. I want my kids and the babies of the world to be safe and not run into so many wolves in sheep's clothing. I don't need followers. I just need one solid, good, rip looking nigga. Cowboy. Just one. Could be you, could be you. Welcome to the new dimension, niggas. Hey, cat. Hey, cat. I like how you out there hanging in, in the setting, boys. With the hat on, looking like death itself. I just want you to know, Cat Williams, I noticed. I love my working man. The cowboy look good on him. Yeah, the cowboy look good on him. I don't care what his hair look like or his blah blah blah. Don't matter. Nigga hanging there. You can't even tell. Set it up as a roast. Woo, we're getting picked tonight, Daddy. I mean, Quentin Tarantino did do Django Unchained with that one German film. It's a good movie. I mean, if he wasn't into the masochism, choking women and shit, probably let him in hanging out. But I've already pardoned a few people. I've pardoned a few, yeah, famous people. Pardoned them because their roles were so good. A few and far between. see something coming from the south on up. Cowboys, just natives, natives on horses. Can't call them Indians. I don't know. I just like the name Indian because it's this Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, love. They said that Columbus was lost, so he called these people Indians. Los Angeles Indians, lost on the train, Lord. Got him up by the creek. Yeah, I'm happy to share the stories of the underground with you guys, but take it back down the mountain to your vessel and show some motherfucking respect to your race and your women and don't keep them hidden. We know how to take care of ourselves. You're on our territory. You're on our territory. We know how to take care of ourselves. We don't need you to protect us like some fucking precious mine in your motherfucking storybook. You're G.I. Joe in my Barbie world. I'm Darth Vader. You're the Jedi trying to take me down. Dark side of me. Not scared of the dark. I'm not scared of death. You know how much coins I got? Enough to feed a nation. Got enough. Finally get back to the United States. I'm like, okay now, let's stop playing, guys. Call up the White House. Yeah, we right at dawn, Trizum. We right at dawn. We bringing all the old veterans out of the old veterans, World War I, World War II. People are like, oh, they're old, they're old. I said something fire, I just don't remember, but I was like, they're not old, they're just vessels sitting on gold or something like that. It's like, call all the old, call all the road dogs, we go to war in our country. Defeat death, defeat death. Miami, Amsterdam. Oh, it's definitely Tokyo, Spain. Get ready for my bad. But green sail ship and it's Versace. I let you get on. I like that. Yeah, that's cute. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain. My green. No, no, no. But I let you get caught. Ah, it's not you. Mm. Austin, girl, you know you lost. Lost in the heat of it all. Miami Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Los Angeles, India, lost on the train. What's going on, guys? What's happening? Oh, my push ice mask. I'm going to work. If you're worried about when I've been a fool, I saw. What club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry. Somebody told me that this planet is small. Shower. Good night. Good night, guys. 109.